Welcome to the Informed Pregnancy and Parenting Podcast. I'm your host, pregnancy-focused chiropractor, Dr. Elliot Berlin. There are so many expenses around pregnancy, birth, postpartum, and parenting, and we rely on our health insurance to cover some of those products and services. But the policies are so confusing, it can be hard to figure out what is covered and how to utilize your benefits. Wouldn't it be amazing to have someone in your corner to help you understand your health insurance plan and make the most of it? Well, there is. Today's episode sponsor, One Natural Way, is on your side. Simply put, they help you navigate insurance, maximize your plan benefits, and make it easy to order and restock the supplies you need, both before and after the baby comes. My guest today is a verification specialist and training coordinator, breast pump expert, and a mom. Paige James of One Natural Way. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's an honor. I constantly am asked questions about health insurance, both for my services and then also all the other expenses around pregnancy and childbirth. And sometimes the insurances are mandated to pay for things, and we just don't know how to use the policies properly. So I'm really excited that you're here to help our audience out and get the most for the insurance that we already pay for.
Right, absolutely.
Let's start at the beginning. Where are you from and what's your background?
I am from Perrysburg, Ohio. It's a suburb of Toledo, and I've worked in customer service all my life. I've been with the company since 2015. I became very passionate about my work once I had my daughter, which actually started right before I worked at One Natural Way. I had her in 2014, and I became very passionate about breastfeeding and just the whole journey of helping mom through her pregnancy and after delivery.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's interesting. So a lot of people, I think, shift once they have their first baby, like the priorities in life maybe shift a little bit. What's interesting and important to you shift. So it's cool that you were able to move into a field where you're able to help other new and expecting mommies. What's your main role at One Natural Way?
I am a customer experience specialist. I'm also the verification specialist and the training coordinator here. So what I do is I help verify benefits for the patient. We'll check benefits for all the items that we offer. And then I help train new and incoming customer service representatives to help better assist mom and, just provide the best customer service experience possible.
Sounds like you guys are growing.
We sure are. Yes, we are growing quite a bit. Obviously moms just keep having babies, which is wonderful. And we're going to be here to help mom through that whole process.
So I'm going to take a deeper dive into what you mean by verifying benefits and communicating those to clients. But before we jump into that, what was the original impetus for starting One Natural Way?
Yeah, so it was to help new and expecting mothers provide breast milk to their babies through products, education, and services, as well as additional benefits like mental health and lactation services. So we've really developed, but essentially to be that bridge to help mom provide breast milk to her baby.
And do all health insurances cover things like this?
That's a great question. So most plans do cover a breast pump, either manual breast pump or electric. There are going to be 3 different options when it comes to insurance. So plans are either going to be covered under ACA, which is Affordable Care Act, meaning they're required to offer at least one breast pump to the patient. We have the plans that are grandfathered, meaning they don't require breast pumps to be offered. And then we have the plans that offer pumps, but might be subject to a deductible.
Okay, so there are some plans that don't cover pumps at all and that they're not required to.
That's correct. Yes. And those are classified as grandfathered plans.
Okay. And then there are plans that must supply a breast pump in its entirety, the full expense. And then there's the in-between category where they offer it, but maybe you also pay for part of it, the consumer.
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. Is it just the pump or the other supplies that come with it? And what else is covered?
Yeah, so most plans, along with the breast pump, cover supplies and support. So meaning they'll cover replacement supplies for the breast pump, tubing, valves, breast shields, bottles, sometimes breast milk storage bags, as well as lactation services. So you may be able to meet with a lactation specialist either during your pregnancy or even after pregnancy once you've delivered. So most plans do offer those benefits under the Affordable Care Act and even within the DME benefit.
What is DME?
DME is durable medical equipment. So that's bundled in with the breast pump. So a breast pump is classified as a durable medical equipment.
Hmm. At what point do people start to consider this and look at their plan and figure out what's covered and get the products? Do they have to wait for the baby to come?
Great question. Most moms do not have to wait until delivery to receive their breast pump. We do see a lot of customers that start the process around 20 to 22 weeks. They can certainly start the process. We'll help check with the insurance company to see when she is eligible for that benefit. We'll relay that information back to her. But any time is a great time to start that process. That way she's informed of what options she may have and then what kind of coverage she has for the other products as well.
All right. Do these types of coverages occur in less traditional births or for new parents, for example, who adopt or use a surrogate?
Absolutely. Yes, most plans do cover breast pump and supplies for mothers that use surrogacy or even adopt a child. So it's not just specific to a traditional birth.
All right. Well, definitely want to know the specifics of how to utilize your service and get the most from insurance. Let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll get into the nuts and bolts of the process. We'll be right back with Paige Ames of One Natural Way. Welcome back. We are talking to Paige Ames of One Natural Way. All right. How do we use your magical service? How does somebody get started?
Yeah, the process is super easy. The customer will go to our website. It's onenaturalway.com. She'll be seeing a qualification form right on the homepage there where she'll fill out her information, her insurance information. She'll be redirected to see her breast pump options. Once she chooses her breast pump, that's when we'll go ahead and verify benefits with the insurance company for the pump and other maternity wellness products.
I have so many questions. First of all, One Natural Way to find the website is the number one.
Yes.
Okay, so onenaturalway.com. Mm-hmm. The form that comes up, is that something I need to do on like a laptop or desktop, or is it mobile friendly?
It is mobile friendly as well.
Okay, so on our phones and tablets. And then you're redirected to a page of pumps. Mm-hmm. Is that pumps that are available to everybody or specific to the information I just put in on my form?
Great question. It is specific to the information that you just filled in. So you may see all the options. You may see a handful of options. It just depends on what specific insurance company that you entered during the intake process.
So I'll see ones that I'm specifically eligible for.
Correct.
I say this like I'm going to be lactating soon, but I think we all know what I mean.
Right.
And then also, is there any sort of help for somebody who hasn't done this before to kind of understand the pros and cons of the various pumps, the choices and how to make a selection that's best for them?
Yes, definitely. So our customer service team is well versed on all the breast pumps that are offered and within each plan. And then we do also assign a concierge specialist to each patient when they fill out the intake form. That contact information will be displayed to them in their patient hub. And they will see that once they fill out that intake form, and they are welcome to contact any of us at any time. And our concierge specialist will be reaching out periodically to see if the patient needs any help with selecting a breast pump or has any questions about the process.
I mean, I can't be the only one who wishes there was a One Natural Way for all of my other health insurance needs and claims. It sounds like you make it incredibly easy.
We certainly try. You know, insurance can be very confusing, and with so many different pump options on the market right now, sometimes you just need a little bit of feedback and maybe a little help navigating what might be the best option.
I hope you grow into all the other things. And also, does it matter if they're in network or out of network?
Great question. So we do currently process in-network claims to the insurance company. At this time, we don't submit claims to out-of-network plans, but we do offer the option for the patient to purchase the pump out of pocket and then submit that claim for reimbursement if her plan would allow for that. We do also have an insurance discount program that is a One Natural Way specific discount program that we have recently launched. And what that looks like is there are a handful of breast pumps that are highly discounted for our patients that may not be in network with us, or maybe their plan doesn't cover a breast pump, or maybe they want an additional breast pump. So we do offer quite a few options depending on what mom's looking for and what insurance options she may or may not have.
Fantastic. So if somebody is in the network, then you verify the benefit for them, you file the claim for them, that we don't have to do any paperwork.
That's correct. Yes, we will coordinate with the doctor's office for the prescription. We will file the claim to the insurance company, and the patient will receive an EOB or an explanation of benefits once that claim is processed.
And from that point, about how long does it take to get the product?
Yeah, so once we receive the prescription and that breast pump ships, it can take anywhere from about 2 to 5 business days, depending on where the customer is in the United States. We do ship nationally and we do ship overseas for our military members as well. So depending on where mom's located, we're looking at about 2 to 5 days. If it's overseas, it could be 1 to 2 weeks.
And is there a massive shipping fee?
There is not, no. So it is free standard shipping. The customer doesn't have to pay anything towards that unless she would like it expedited. We do have a next day shipping option, which would be $79, or 2-day, which would be $39. But patient is no means required to pay that.
Well, that's amazing. I'm still waiting for the catch.
Yeah.
I might be waiting for a long time.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we're just out here to try to help the customer utilize her benefit. And I think a lot of times this information isn't as well known. It isn't displayed with the insurance company or through the insurance company very often. So getting the word out is certainly important.
Amazing. So we keep talking about the pump. Obviously, that's a big ticket item. It's something that's incredibly valuable to new moms. And especially if it's supposed to be covered by insurance, it's amazing to have somebody take care of all the fine details for you. But you're not just about pumps, right? What else can we kind of do the same process for with One Natural Way?
Yeah, so we do offer a wide variety of options to our customers. Of course, the breast pump. We offer the Milk Zoom program, which is our breast pump replacement supplies. We also offer compression socks, the pregnancy support band, lactation services, as well as the mental health hub that we have available. So at the time of verification, we will verify for all the benefits that we can that are offered through that plan. And we will display everything to mom in her patient hub as well as in an email. But I would say the most common benefit that the customers don't know about, or maybe isn't just provided by the insurance during a benefit check, is the replacement supplies and the lactation services. So those are highly recommended benefits that the customer often doesn't know about and doesn't use. And that's really what's going to allow the patient to be successful during her breastfeeding journey, pumping journey, whatever her goals end up being.
So if you verify lactation support, then is that a service that you also provide?
So right now we go ahead and link the patient to our outside company, a company we work with called Nest Collaborative. They coordinate with customers all over the country to be able to help with lactation services via telehealth. So what we do is we send the patient the email to coordinate with Nest Collaborative. Mom can pick whatever date and time works for her. She can select a certain lactation representative if she would like. There's a little bit about each one. So if she really feels connected to one of them, she can coordinate with them specifically. And this allows the customer to really be able to have this service done whenever, because it is a telehealth service.
And does that also cover before the baby comes, learning to prepare for lactation?
Yes, most plans do cover pre and post delivery.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. You talked about Milk Zoom and the parts delivery program. Are there a lot of parts that need to be changed out periodically?
So depending on the breast pump that the customer is using, it could be. Most commonly, we see the silicone parts. So the breast pump valves, the backflow protectors, maybe even the breast shields, those pieces are used every single time mom pumps, and, vigorously, it's constantly moving. So those pieces we do see need to be changed quite often. And depending on the manufacturer, they recommend every month, every 2 months, maybe every 6 months. So just depending on the pump that the customer is using, she may have to change the pieces monthly, but that Milk Zoom program, we offer a full replacement supply. And what that looks like is this is going to be breast shields, and the customer is going to be able to choose what size she's in need of. It's going to be tubing if the breast pump takes tubing. It's going to be valves, connectors, backflow protectors, as well as bottles. And in some plans, it's going to be breast milk storage bags.
And those are also covered by insurance?
That is correct, yes.
So it kind of takes the planning out of it, meaning you sort of know what we're going to need when we need it, and you just send it and it's there without us having to think about it.
Right.
And
so the customer will enroll in that program. We don't auto ship these benefits to the patient, but we do send her an email each month to ask when she may be in need of these supplies again. She's welcome to order if she needs. If she doesn't need them, she can put that on hold for 30 days.
Oh, fantastic. It sounds like it would be popular, especially since there's so much brain work, leg work, busy work involved in the newborn stage, caring for the newborn. It's nice to not have to think about something, but just to get a little tap on the back and say, just a reminder, you might need these.
Yeah, that's right. The customer doesn't even have to go out to the store to get these benefits. They can just coordinate everything through the email and through their patient hub, and then we'll ship these directly to her door.
Paige, I'm learning a lot. I almost want to get pregnant and see if I can lactate, just so I can utilize these services. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we have a lot more valuable information. We'll be right back with Paige Ames. Welcome back. We're getting incredible information from Paige Ames at One Natural Way. Really an incredible service. Okay. I talked earlier about the fact that you have different models of breast pump, and you said that you always have consultants ready to help somebody pick the right one. But if we're going to pre-think it, or if we want to browse around, what are some of the things that we look at to determine which pump is best for us?
Yeah, so I would always recommend when I'm talking to a customer on the phone, I recommend that they think about their lifestyle. So are they going to be going back to work after they have the baby? Are they going to be staying home? Or are they going to do a combination of both? Are they very active in their lifestyle? Do they have potentially other small children that they need a pump that's going to be very easy to pump wherever and maybe discreetly and hands-free? So first thing I would check to see, what's mom's lifestyle like? Is she needing something portable? Is she wanting something that's just standard?
And there are a lot of innovations I see in breast pump technology over the past few years. Can you tell me about some of the newer features?
Yes, absolutely. So the newest breast pumps that we've seen really hit the market and be very, very popular are obviously the hands-free pumps. Everyone wants to be able to do whatever they can to pump without, having to use their hands. They're either working or tending to another child or whatever it may be. But really the most popular options that are hands-free now are going to be the LV, the Willow, and then we do see the Freeme. That's a very popular option as well. So these breast pumps allow mom to be able to pump hands-free without a specialized bra. And then, she can transfer that milk to any bottle or bag that she wishes. So it's really just the best option these days is hands-free. We all want something that's going to be as easy as possible because having a new baby can be hard. So having anything that helps with pumping at an easier process is the best.
Sometimes with technology advances comes a bit of a more complicated, setup, or people sometimes feel like I'm not a tech head. I just want the old vacuum cleaner pump and that has an on and an off. Are there things to consider around that? Like if I'm more or less tech oriented?
Yes, definitely. So the new hands-free breast pumps are often app compatible. So whether it's on your Android or your iPhone, you certainly don't have to use those features, but a lot of customers like that nowadays. But we obviously do have the standard breast pumps because, if something works for you, and especially for a previous pregnancy, if you've used it, like the Medela pump in style or the Spectra breast pump, really not much has changed with those pumps. They have just been great from the beginning and they're continuing to be great. And what we'll do is we'll talk to mom on the phone or in an email or text message, and we'll see, are you someone that likes a little more tech-oriented items, or are you someone that just wants something standard where you turn it on or off, like you said? So we'll coordinate with the customer to see what might be the best option based on what she's comfortable with.
Are there other physical things to consider? Are some breast pumps better or worse for people who are more sensitive, or maybe different size or shape?
Yeah, so different breast pump brands have different breast shield sizes. I'd say that's the biggest thing to consider before ordering a pump is maybe measure yourself either with a lactation consultant or using the manufacturer's breast shield sizing guide, because each brand does have a guide that'll help you determine what breast shield size you may need. Having the correct breast shield size is what's going to make a big impact when pumping. It's what's going to have you be successful. It's what's going to have you be comfortable. You definitely don't want any pain during this process. But I'd say checking to make sure that you're using the right breast shield size. And some brands don't have the same sizing. So we'll help coordinate and let you know what sizes are available with what brand. And ultimately, we recommend checking with a lactation consultant to see if this specific pump or size is what's going to be best for you.
Let's move over to insurance coverage. This is a dual-pronged challenge. One is finding the right equipment, and then the other one is figuring out how to get it covered by insurance. What are some of the things that would be helpful for moms to know about insurance coverage that sometimes we don't know?
Yeah, so we do always recommend that the customer reaches out to her insurance company before she starts the process, just to kind of get a basis or an idea of what this insurance coverage might look like. The one thing that I would say that insurance companies don't touch on when they're talking to the patient, and we'll mention this when we're on the phone with them, is that insurance companies will cover, if they cover a pump, up to the allowable amount. So insurance companies typically say they'll cover 100% of a breast pump. It's not necessarily 100% of any price. It's going to be 100% of the allowable amount. And each insurance company is going to be different. Some insurance companies maybe cover $100, some maybe $200. And that's the information that we'll provide to the patient. We'll let her know how much the insurance company is estimated to pay, and based on that, what her coverage options are going to be like. So checking with the insurance company to see if they cover the breast pump and maybe additional benefits, just so the patient has an idea on the front end what she might be looking at and what she might be able to receive.
So to break that down a little bit, if an insurance company is required to cover a pump, and they say we do cover a pump, just because they say we cover 100% of the cost doesn't mean they'll buy you any pump you want. So
that is correct.
Whatever their allowable amount is, would that apply no matter which pump they get? So let's say they want a pump that's $200 versus a pump that's $400. If the maximum is $190, will they then pay $10 or $210 out of pocket?
Correct. Yes, that is right. So depending on what breast pump the customer ends up choosing, it may be an upgrade or it may be a fully covered breast pump. And then also depending on her plan. So some plans do not allow patients to pay an upgrade for the breast pump. It varies based on the plan, and we'll relate all that information to the customer. But you are correct. Either it could be, a $10 upgrade, or it could be a $210 upgrade.
Or it could just be covered entirely.
Correct. Yes.
If only there was someone to help wade through all this complicated data. Okay. And then there are some plans that don't provide coverage at all, the grandfathered plans that you talked about. So if somebody finds out, I'm in a grandfathered plan, and they want or need a breast pump, what options do they have with One Natural Way?
Yeah, so that's where our One Natural Way insurance discount comes into play. So we offer a handful of breast pumps that are significantly discounted from the retail price, and usually very competitive with even prices on Amazon. And then we do have a $15 discount that we often run, which you can use on those breast pumps as well. And this allows the customer to be able to order that pump right away. We don't require a prescription, so that pump can ship immediately to her and start using it, or just have it available for when she's ready for it. But we do offer a very competitive insurance discount benefit where the customer won't have it applied towards her benefit, whether she doesn't want it to, or her plan doesn't cover a pump, but she still is able to get the pump that she wants at a very reasonable cost.
Paige, thanks so much for joining me on the podcast and for supporting informed pregnancy. I'm very grateful for you and for One Natural Way.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, and I really appreciate your time, and we can't wait to help a lot of these customers out there. Thank you so much.
I have a question. Where can our listeners find you online?
Yes, so onenaturalway.com, and that's a number one. And then we're also on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. So you can reach out to us any of those ways. We'll help coordinate with you to get that breast pump or any other maternity services. And we're here Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern time.
And your handle on social media is the number one.
That's correct. Yes.
So the number one natural way. We'll see you over there on social.
Yes.
Paige, thanks again for joining me today. And at home, thanks for listening to the Informed Pregnancy Podcast. If you like our program, find us on Instagram at Dr. Berlin, DoctorBerlin.
Doctor, give me the news. I got a whole lot of questions for you. This kid's gonna test my will. I got a lot to learn, and my baby's due.